Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to be talking about the difference between cross-encoder models and bi-encoder models, which are available through the Hugging Face library called Sentence Transformer. So I have created this Python notebook to demonstrate what I mean. So briefly, first of all, let's discuss how encoder models work. Okay. So encoder models are models, and they are essentially a neural network models based on the BERT architecture. Okay, what exactly encoder model implies is that they take a text, and they can take any thing, but they take a text just to make the concept clear. They encode it in some representation. Okay, and that encoding can be in form of vector or even a number. Okay, and then there are some decoder models. What decoder models do is they take as input the what encoder model produced. Okay, so whatever encoder model produces, they take it and they try to decode the original input. So for example, if I have an image, I can encode it using encoder model, and then encoder model is going to give me a vector. Then decoder model will take that vector and try to produce the original image back. Obviously, the original image will not be exactly same as the input image, but the idea is that if we train this model enough, this joint architecture model, the model will learn to decode it correctly. But I was just explaining it, but this is not the topic of this video. So let's come back to the encoder model. Now there are two different ways of training the encoder model, and first one is cross encoder model, second one is bi-encoder model. So in the bi-encoder model, what we do is we encode our text as embedding. For embedding, you can also call this vector. Okay, and they are done separately. So you can say no joint training are done on different pairs of text. So if I have a sentences, what I do is I pass one sentence to the bi-encoder model at a time, and I produce a embedding. So I can have a embedding 1, I can have second sentence, and I can get embedding 2. And then to check how similar these two sentences are, what I will do is I will get embedding 1 and embedding 2, and I'll compute some sort of similarity metric, maybe cosine or L2 distance. Okay, so this is how the bi-encoder model works. They produce embeddings for a single document, single sentence, whatever you want to call it. This is how it works. How about cross encoder? Now cross encoder model, unlike bi-encoder model, they don't produce a vector. What they do is they produce a number. Okay, and what does this number represent? So it takes a query and a document, and it produces a number. So here we are talking about embedding production, and then cosine similarity computes a number, right? But these models directly produces this number. So you can see that the training of these models will take some time. Why? Because this is doing more job. It is taking query, and it is taking document as well, and it is producing some sort of internal representation for both of these, and producing one number, which basically gives us a relevance of the query to the document. If they are highly relevant, this score will be high. If they are not relevant, this score will be even in negative or 0. You get the idea, right? Now cross encoder models are slow. Okay, so hence they are only used in some specialized tasks such as re-ranking. Okay, why? Because we can't get these models in a because they are slow, we can't scale them properly. So what we have in bi-encoder, what we can do is we can get these models pretty quickly, and they are not very slow. Okay, they are very fast compared to cross encoder models, and we know the reason why they are faster. Okay, so now what I have done on this notebook is I've set up a little experiment, or not experiment, but a code base to make you understand this concept in real real fashion, or real with a real code example. So what I've done is I've created this corpus and a query. and I'm trying to show you how I can check the relevance of my query with my corpus using both the methods, using BiEncoder, and we know with BiEncoder we compute the embedding for each sentence and then compute the similarity. So it is a two-step process, but for cross encoder it is a one-step process. Okay, let's look at that. Now before you if you are following along, or maybe you should not follow along because I have written most of the code, so what you could do is you can get this notebook and then you can download it and then you can follow along. But to follow along this this notebook, you will have to get a secret code, which is this HF token, and you have to allow this access to this notebook. And how do you get this this token? You can get this token access from Hugging Face by visiting Hugging Face library, which I won't be showing you in this video. I assume that you can get that sorted out. So now so what we do is we define this. Let's import this library and let's also run this, and then we will get this model, which is multi means multilingual multi QA mini LM. Let's let this import process first of all get completed, and what we will do is, let's look at the code. We will compute corpus embedding, which means we will produce the embedding for each of these sentences, and then we will produce a query embedding, that is the embedding for query, and then we will compute the similarity. As we discussed here, we compute embeddings for each of our sentences and then we compute cosine similarity. Okay, and then we store this in results. So now this code is run. Let's download the model. Currently it has started downloading, but in your case you might be asked to allow access to the secret token. So now this model is, I guess, downloaded. So what we can do is we can run this. So corpus embedding and query embedding, these are matrices. Now let's produce the score and results. And results is essentially a sorted scores. We have sorted it into a ascending fashion, and then let's print the BiEncoder results. So you can see, if we look at the similarity of query, and the query is where is Eiffel Tower located, we know intuitively that this is the most relevant document, and BiEncoder tells us yes, indeed it is, and all other documents are scored very less. Now look at cross encoder. Cross encoder will do it in one shot. That is, they will expect query and document together and they will produce a number. So we download the cross encoder model, and you see we create these pairs, and so we loop through the corpus and we create this query and doc pair, and then we take our model and we predict the scores on the model. So it is doing this in one shot, and then we sort it out. So if I run this and if I print this now, so we see the cross encoder results, that is Eiffel Tower is in Paris, is getting a very high score, and you see immediately you see a drastic drop in the relevance of other document. So that's why this kind of setup, this kind of cross encoder setup is used for re-ranking in RAG based pipelines, and RAG based pipelines are very hot and popular these days, and cross encoder model is shining in this processes. Okay, so I think that would be it for this video. I'll include this notebook for you to try out and play with it, or maybe play with other model types as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know if anything can be improved, or if you would like me to cover any specific topic of your choice, I can get that sorted for you. Okay, thank you so much.